as she leaves. Sal just lets out a long, like, sigh of relief.
As she leaves, eventually you do hear many very thick, large doors close behind her as she leaves the main body of the penitentiary.
The Asmodean cow's gone.
Hey, what's your name, young one?
Or Kai, whatever you want to call me.
Like you, Kai. You've got fire in your eyes.
And they've got bullshit in their mouths.
That they do. So,
You want that bad?
I suppose you're going to be wanting to hear some of this here, lad. They made a grave mistake. They gave me my cat.
Want to pick doors or something for us?
Much better. You know what my profession is, right?
I gathered you make things that go boom.
Hey, this little lad is going to help us do that.
Me. Karen examines the cat.
Here, you can come and pet him if you want. He's a sweetheart, really.
With a hate for Asmodeans.
No, she just picked him up wrong.
So dear, you'll also notice between the claws of your cat, there's a lot more blood than she had on her. It seems like whoever went to go retrieve the cat in the first place got much more shredded.
You're such a good kitty.
Karen will pet the cat though.
I'm sure Kai can immediately tell this cat loves anyone who is willing to just sit there and pet him.
Well, we definitely got your we definitely know what your skills are.
Alright? So,
So get
how the
across.
rest of you contributing to our escape?
Sam ignores the dwarf. Sam's going to start testing the limit of the collar, which I believe, let's see, he said 70 feet still failed.
On my side.
Sal, I'm gonna do I'm gonna do a GM roll
Okay, I'm scared.
You
because you're
should
testing the limits of the collar.
be
Yeah,
afraid.
he's not like, sprinting, but he's basically taking a couple of steps every few seconds to see if like resistance picks up.
Okay, all right. You got a few theories in your head. Um, it seems to be a dynamic force. At the moment, it's very light. You can't tell. Yeah, no, okay. You're sure it's a dynamic force, but you're not sure what the dynamic force is based off of. You think it either might be either mental emotions or the whims of the person with that controller, or something else. You're not sure. There's something. There's something you're missing, or maybe it's local magic.
I'm using my big D&D brain. I'm guessing I rolled bad.
You start sticking
Probably.
your neck near local crystals, and you feel it get a bit more powerful and stuff like that. You're not sure what the actual source of the tightening force is, or what procs it to go tighter or looser.
Hmm.
Other than the obvious thing of those
Move on.
controllers, yeah. And as Sal is fucking with it, uh, everyone else notices this. It's like,
You feel like the resistance of me attempting to move away.
yes.
Kree sort of slowly leaning over towards Sal as it's pulling him.
Safer to go Vati. Sam will step back and
Yeah, and as you step back in, it becomes much more reasonable.
he sighs and heads back to his bunk.
Rhea seems currently busy trying to make herself a fake night sky through a ray of stars and ray of frosting so that she can try and freeze them to the ceiling. She's kind of succeeding for now.
It
Oh,
twinkles. It twinkles for a little bit. Quickly fades.
Oh
You
shit,
said
we
it's
can
late at night.
decorate this place? Awesome. Starts just taking random shit out of his pouch and sticking it to the walls.
We're probably gonna sleep soon, right?
It's very late. Yes.
Sal will look over at Rhea, kind of doing this, kind of gently sigh, and then he's going to cast Illusory Object.
Oh.
As he'll just kind of form. I suppose, can I do like. Because I can make like weather effects, can I make like a fake night sky?
Yeah, you could take, for example, if like, you cast it on the cast it on the ceiling, you could just pockmark it with little points of light.
As Sal will use his knowledge of constellations and such to try and design a fairly convincing looking star representation, I suppose.
Oh, hey, well, look at that. Rhea will kind of like look over at Sal and kind of give him a slight smile. Yeah.
It's no problem. No need to suffer down here for as long as we need to.
The orientation's wrong. You kind of lost track where north and south was, but it's good.
You know, she probably has enough that she might like start pointing that out and just kind of pause and realize, I'm kind of being mean at that point and just quickly shut it off.
As for your earlier question, Master Dwarf, think along the lines of that.
Let's see.
Well, for the rest of you then.
Oh,
Well-
I also have to note. Sorry.
Oh, you go ahead.
Rhea's probably been trying to do this enough that she actually is floating now. Because it doesn't take that long to recharge focus points. It's only 10 minutes. And she's literally recasting a focus spell over and over again. Till eventually
Yeah.
come back down, maybe.
As
The lady can fly.
Yeah, as Rhea does this, she doesn't quite realize that she's lifting off the ground entirely, but her hair starts getting in her face.
Sparkly lady very
Well, that's
slowly.
annoying.
Yeah, you have really long hair, and you're not really affected by gravity. So like when someone walks past you and there's that slight wind gust, it's like sends your hair flying and just tossles everywhere. You can never get it neat.
Yeah, that's about right.
Strangely enough, though, a lot of the colors of her hair doesn't really seem to be attached to her hair per se. It's more like there's like a base coat shade and that the hair reflects. And depending on which hair is where, it has a different color and not really based on her head or actual.
Yeah, the more she floats, it becomes more aware that her hair expands out in colors because it seems to be like it's her own personal cosmos following her around. So, yeah, the colors are more based on where the hair lays, less so this particular strand is this color kind of stuff, yeah.
Like there's points of light in it that never move. They're just there.
Kind of weird to look at.
Yeah, as she walks, it's really goofy as you just see stars whip through her hair as she walks.
I am perfectly normal. I have no idea what you're talking about.
As you walk, and also as you walk around her, you can see like different parts of stars. It's not really from a perspective you know of the night sky, but it's stars.
That's all. You can go ahead, Tinder.
I was just saying, well, if we're demonstrating, I guess, and he just he grabs Log around the waist and just lifts him off the ground.
Kai's then going to walk over and pick you up while you're carrying Log, because I have enough bulk to do both.
It's a bit straining. A bit straining. But you can do it.
Well, you say that. You do understand that I still, even picking them both up, I still have 4 more bulk.
I mean, how much bulk is a person?
6 for a medium creature.
Yeah, I could pick up Kai and Log as well. Ooh.
The thing is, my limit is 16 because I have Hefty Hauler.
Oh, that's why. Okay, yeah. No, you got this. You hoist.
Mine's 14 because I'm
Yay.
strong.
It's fun. Log-like.
Oh, Rhea right now currently weighs 40 pounds, by the way. Only currently.
You're probably like a bulk of like 3 then.
Yeah. And
Probably.
it's not in the rules, but Rhea, you're permanently light 3, bulk 3 compared to everyone else's 6. Even Sam.
That makes sense.
Oh, it's the same as a halfling.
I mean,
Well,
she's also
Sam
on Disabled 4 right now, but she doesn't know that.
The problem is
Doesn't
that
matter.
Sam is still a halfling. He's a bit awkward to carry, so it was still bulk 6. Rhea, you can just like lift up by an arm and carry her around like a balloon, essentially.
And technically small creatures are bulk free. Also, can my token be like a little smaller?
Oh, absolutely.
No, you have to be the same size as the rest of us.
Right, irritates me very slightly, Sideline. I don't know if you've noticed. On the image, you caught transparency on the edge.
Oh, I did. I'll fix that.
It should be this entire time.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Yep, that's my bad. I'll fix it.
Other than that, though, I'm certainly not just gestures a vague hand towards the cell. But Kai kind of places a hand on his shoulder for a moment, where you see a tattoo. And suddenly it lights up, and he projects a shield in front of himself.
Oh, that's cool. Could be useful. I can tell the lady upstairs I can, like, make shit out of shit as well.
You know, when that happens, it actually catches Rhea's eye, because if anyone was paying attention, when she was casting Ray of Frost, that was also coming from a tattoo.
I'm Mochi.
Well, that's interesting.
Jeez,
Where did you get that?
what's with everyone being tattooed? Jeez.
I happen to take an archetype. Now Dark and I have something that we can bond over.
And hey, we're in prison, so
Old world Parisian magic.
So big! Apparently Kai has enlarged person as well.
Tommy's just fixing his token.
Fixing. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Continue. Ignore me. It's fine.
Ignore the man behind the curtain.
Old world Parisian rune magic. Turns out, put them into tattoos.
Funny enough, that's also the general just where mine came from. I don't really know. It's been quite some time. She kind of looks confused for a second as she tries to really think out the last time she remembered getting her tattoos. It's probably been a century, probably closer to 2 centuries. I don't really think it was old magic when I got it though.
So, big guy.
me?
You can out.
You say you're
Big
not. You say,
dog?
yeah, you. You say you weren't that strong.
Nope.
So,
Dog not real strong.
what,
Only stronger than most.
what are you good for?
Log sneaky.
Can I give you a skeptical look?
Log very sneaky. As he just starts to sort of, his skin shifts a little bit. It seems to be turning a bit grayer and just slowly until he looks like the cobblestones around the stone around you. Log-
He's one of them.
Log good. Log good at hide, log good at sneak, log good at steal. Also log good at find people.
Right. That's not weird at all.
Yeah, like that's the weirdest thing here.
Kai just gives you a deadpan look.
Or chameleon on great grandfather's side.
If you say so. And you have Elf, you have magic then?
Rio will just nod. Quite a bit, I think. I mean, I don't really know how to properly measure magic, but I'm pretty innate with a lot of it. Which will take the time to kind of just like cast Ray of Frost in a general direction, doesn't hit anybody. Her acid splashes actually fire, stuff like that. Kind of showing off, honestly. At one point, to cast Divine Lance.
Yes. That reminds me. Elven Lass, I think there was a bit of confusion back in the interrogation room.
Hmm?
Yeah, see, I took a step away from you because I didn't want to kill you in case they tried to force a collar on me.
I mean, that's fair. I'm kind of used to people acting as if I have some sort of plague. Just kind of looks at Sal for a second when she says this.
No. You see, I can explode.
Oh. What?
Yes.
you actually just see her go, oh, and then there's a pause.
Dwarfy man go
What
boom.
did you say?
I said I can explode into fire magic.
Drinking too much for the product.
No. Actually, I think it's there are a couple of theories about it. Either McLaren are descended from the Azers of the fire plane, or we were made from the coals of Torag's forge.
I mean, I'm made of stars. I can't really judge anybody. She says she continues floating in the air.
Is that normal for you?
Is what? Oh, wait, what? She's only now aware that she's floating.
Gravity takes effect.
Just panic for a second and just kind of dumps down. All right.
It's only like a 4-inch fall, but
Yeah, I know. But so she's suddenly very aware that she's floating and stump. Maybe?
Maybe. Okay. Looks at lizard person, exploding dwarf, Pinot. Okay.
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 We are a strange bunch.
I'm more worried about what they'll be putting us to do. It doesn't feel like giving us VC taps to collar is just for manual labor.
Well, he said about like building our community and stuff, didn't he? So probably making sure people are working together, not causing problems, shit like that.
They just want us
like
to grow
that.
complacent.
I mean, it's tempting. Good beds, good food. You know, it's easy living here.
But it not real nice. No rain, not much light, bit cold.
Yeah,
Not
it's
a
a
big
bit.
fan.
It's a bit dark. The lights that it's essentially permanently low light. The few lights that do come, there are a few twinkles and sparkles in parts of the hallway where people haven't mined a certain crystal that seems to be slightly luminous, and that lights up. Otherwise, there are torches.
Yeah,
Also,
but
they
Now-
don't give enough food.
I have to wonder how many of these materials we're going to be working with and can be used towards liberation.
yeah, if they have any thoughts about them, probably not a lot. They know you. They know I make stuff, and they know you make bombs. So they shouldn't really give us anything that can be used for but either of that.
If any of you are willing, if I could look at one of your collars in detail, I might be able to.
I took a good look at the collar before I had them put it on me. I can tell you a few things about it. One, it's physically very strong, not prone to breaking, and there aren't any good weak points that I could find. It was definitely made by some real professionals. That being said, if we could somehow manage to simultaneously break the crystals on all of our collars, there really wouldn't be much they could do about it.
Apart from, you know, send all the guards from upstairs down here and kill us all.
It's not something for now, but potentially in the future. And
Fine.
after all, this is their first attempt at such a thing. There will be a flaw somewhere.
I
Would you
Um,
mind
uh,
kneeling so I could look at it?
Me? Bug? Okay.
secondly,
Plop down on his butt.
I can tell you because of the alloys that they use, it's corrosion resistant. Acid's not going to work.
Sal, you going to be rolling check on this?
Yeah. I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to try Arcana again to get the thing that, or to try and find out what I couldn't find out earlier because I didn't have enough time to look at it, or if I want to roll Bardic. I guess I'll start with Arcana.
Sure. I'm going to roll that a secret check.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
What's your bonus?
Aiding's still a
That's
thing,
9.
right?
Yes.
Aiding is still a thing, yes.
Given Kai's history when it comes to, especially given the fact that he's seem to use a crystal-based magic source,
Mhm.
I think Kai will try to get some inputs from what basic things he can still remember.
Sure.
I would appreciate any help you could give.
You need to. That one is not a private check. You roll Arcana.
Okay. I might not be any help, but we'll find out.
I mean, you'll need me at 20.
I said I might not be any help.
No, I'm trying to remember. Is the fail is a +1 or is it?
I think it's success.
Success is +1. Failure is nothing. Critical failure is -1.
You chime in with a few things. For example, you do know the kind of crystals are local to this region. They have many different properties. These ones seem to be elementally infused. Some form of bleed over from the elemental planes has affected these. The front one is a very you originally think icy blue, but judging from the lightning properties, it's lightning. And the back one is a certain red, which is a fire crystal that has been turned more into an optically focused light. But Sal kind of already knew that. So you're not really able to pitch in much more than that. And Sal, you're able to gather a bit more information. you do know that, in fact, yeah, these two halves of the collar are bound only between the crystal. A lot of the runic inscriptions are about holding it to the crystal, and the only thing connecting the band itself to the crystal is magic. However, it's you can't see a seam. It's very tightly held together, and you're not quite sure how you would actually disable it without intensive research. Additionally, you notice that there is something else that they didn't quite show off attached to the fire crystal. You gathered the two features of the lightning crystal at the front is a sort of light that goes off the front that you can use to illuminate your way, which allows you to cast a light cantrip. Um, and also powers the tether that goes between you all. But the fire crystal has an additional effect. You're going to have to do a little bit more work on it, but you have a theory that it is something to do with fire and not just light.
Yeah. So the fire crystal has the unseen wavelength light thingy that I recognized earlier, and something else dealing more with
Correct.
fire than light.
Yes.
I'm gonna guess that blows us the fuck up.
So they do that.
Maybe.
Oh, thought so.
I'd
I'd be
need-
stupid not to.
I would need to actually look at these things, but it would take me a while to try and figure it properly. Not enough work or not enough time in the night for it. But maybe, given enough time, I could think of a way to get these off. Well, I suppose that then begs the question. Sal looks at everyone here. Are any of you opposed to such a thing, or would you rather just try and serve out your sentence properly?
I mean,
Well,
at,
then
the,
I'll
at the
get out.
moment, I don't really see a reason to get out. It's not that bad down here, and you know, if this A gets us out sooner than it would normally, and B makes it better for the other people down here, if the experiment works, they'll roll it out to others and make their lives better.
In the ideal situation, but I get a bad vibe from all of this.
There's always bad vibes. There's always hidden meanings and things like that, and blah 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 blah. But
Also,
at,
boss
but at the
probably gonna
moment,
log out at some point.
at the moment, don't see a huge reason to rush this.
No, rushing will get us killed. For something like this, we need to take a good old dwarven solution to it. Now, most of you aren't going to live for the next 100 years, so we're going to skip that step. Secondly, we need to outlast the short-term problems and plan for the long-term problems. What we need is to figure out how we can get out of these collars without killing the rest of us. And then we need to find the bitch that put them on us, kill her, blow a fresh new doorway out of this prison, and figure out where we can go from there in the meantime.
Aren't you a murder happy person?
I told her that bitch is going in the Book of Grudges.
Is that
Yes.
before or after you kill her?
Well, before, unless she happens to walk in through that door and offer me her neck from a clan dagger right now.
Please don't say that when I'm gonna go check.
Sam, you peek
Yeah.
around the corner. You hear some voices down the hallway, but it's very quiet. You hear some snoring. There seems to be multiple rooms like this just further down the hallway this way. But you peek around the corner this way, and peering through one of the windows, you see a bitch lady, and she gives you a cutesy wave.
Somewhere just doesn't deign to react to her, but he just making sure that nobody's there. We'll head back inside.
It's pretty clear that she can't hear through that glass.
Oh no, it's more not necessarily her, just anyone who might be passing by this area or whatnot.
No, you don't see anyone.
So halfling. What's with you changing your name? Hogfoot?
Santa's his best skills expression. What do you mean?
Obviously, something's not quite right here.
Well,
You're not just
you're being
some.
quite nosy now. I don't trust that lady. That's putting it lightly.
I wouldn't trust her.
Exactly. That's why she was not getting the full truth. But for now, I'll tell you, Sam is not too far from what my actual name is. Address me as such, please.
Ah, at least that's easy to remember.
I am OG.
Here. Log like Sam. Sam, good name.
Thank you, and Log's a perfectly fitting name as well.
Boss give Log name.
More questions about your boss, but I don't feel like such a heavy topic is fitting for tonight.
Yes. At some point, Log, assuming you're alive when we get out of all this, I have many questions for you and your boss.
Log be fine. And boss come for Log, so don't worry. You get meet boss sometime soon.
I do love their false preachings here. I've already going from you should find your own path to perfection to let us impose perfection with collars.
None of this seems right.
Ah, it really doesn't matter. It'll all end up as trash in the end anyway.
It feels like good intentions wrapped up in something sinister.
And are you surprised? Look who was the Inquisitor.
I'm not saying you're wrong, just he licks his lips a bit. I don't trust this. I'm sure not many of us do.
If any of you do, you're a damn fool.
So, Dwarf,
However,
you actually know how to use that thing? Looks at the kind of looks at the dagger, or is it just one of your ceremonial ones?
each and every one of us knows how to use it. It's a very simple thing.
Are you any good at it?
Well, I
You're
wasn't a frontline soldier or anything. I'm sure there are people much better at it than I am.
And you're the one gunning for possible murder, so you gotta be ready.
I'll do what I have to. I can only imagine what they're telling me, clan. Probably bringing shame on my head. But no. If I am going to serve a death sentence, it will be in my home.
Yeah, the dog agrees with you.
Hey, let us have dogs down here.
They don't let me have a cat.
Fair point.
Dwarf, I like you.
I think we'll get along just fine. Now, we need time. We need time. We need to think about things. We need to figure out a plan for these collars. And we need enough force to break through this. Now,
Are there any
granted,
sort? Sorry.
I was going to say that this isn't exactly a dwarven fortress, so
I mean, it kind of basically is. Remember, we are underground at the moment. You can't just blow the wall open. Yes,
No.
your people are so amazing. They build great fortresses. They're impenetrable, blah, 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 blah. Point is, it's still underground. We still can't just blow the wall open. We need some way to get up before doing that as well.
Take stairs.
Yes. Now, this is exactly what I mean. It's going to be a lot easier than a proper fortress to get out of.
We did specify that there are mines below. We don't necessarily need to go up.
It's true. We managed to hit a cavern, we could go down and out.
Assuming the cavern would have an out.
Also a fair point, and who knows what's inside of it. Could be kobolds, could be exploding fungus bats. Oh, I hate them. Or it could be rust monsters.
You can't forget a gelatinous ooze.
Yes. This is-
Stodier,
Mm,
it's not theoretically impossible that there's a way out of the caves lower down. This place is called Black Cliff for a reason. As deep as you are currently, you're still above sea level. And theoretically, if there was an opening, it could lead out to the sea if there's like an underground aquifer. But then you have other problems to deal with.
How many of you are good at swimming?
I think the silence
Let me-
is
Oh,
I
does that just come under athletics now?
Yes.
Yeah, reasonably.
manageable
I
enough.
I float on water.
Good. Good.
Rhea, yeah, you have a problem submerging, honestly.
Yeah. So the news is that she can just cast magic focus spells and just float across the water.
So, on the assumption that we could go down and out, the most likely way out is towards the sea. Which
Secret.
means if we find a way down and out, I might need a raft. I sink like a stone.
You should
Antwort
should
is
work
made-
on that.
Yes.
Good thing the elf is a flotation buoy.
But if we can find a way, we largely have two options. We either ingratiate ourselves with Log's good folk, or we just run. And I don't know about the rest of you, but I doubt my family's going to be taking me back anytime soon. Even despite all of the evidence I could give them, dwarves don't move easily. And with a criminal record, I've already brought shame and dishonor. They'd be more inclined to just throw me back into an even harder to break out of cell.
I can agree with that at least. I do not have the time to be staying here. There's something I must do.
God, you're all so impatient.
There
Says the
are
one
greater
with the
things-
shortest life. Says the one with the shortest lifespan.
we ignore that fact.
It's not about impatience. This is about the principle of the matter.
This is about family duty.
Call it what you like. Still impatient.
I can respect that.
Yeah. This. Log gotta go find someone real quick. I think he here.
Oh God, please no.
Doop boop.
And we're all slowly dragged along.
No, not yet.
Now we get to learn whether or not it's based off the furthest away person or the closest person.
Yeah, still good so
Uh,
far.
You know what? I'm just gonna stand here.
Where he at?
Oh God, please.
Log's going to sort of look around for another room like this one, and
Up there, you see bitch lady up in a very well-made room, sitting on a chair, chilling.
I
It seems
know.
like her watch duty. It is. It's behind. She's behind very thick panes of glass. It seems very
Mhm.
fancy. It seems
what we're
like
looking for.
it seems like the stone in there is actually imported. Ooh, fancy. Down there is more rough, chiseled out, and pick marked rooms, and that way does seem to be where the most people are.
Hello, dude. Log heads down that way and sees if he can find more bunk places. Because he's also I might as well use a thing. I have an action to use.
Oh,
Hunt prey.
you know this guy.
Yes, I know this guy.
You know this guy. You're supposed to look for him.
Hello, looking for a guy.
A lot of rooms, a lot of sleeping people. You
Mhm.
don't. You've seen him before, but you don't have the with everyone in bed, and you walk past, and there's like 4, 5, 6, 7 of these 8. Log is not good at this counting. There's a lot of rooms down there with a lot of people in them, and a lot of the bunks seem full.
Err.
Uh,
Dang, people sleep too. Log try in morning.
Further down, though, you see some. Amazingly, you didn't expect to see this in a prison of all places, but you see a sign that says bar.
Why their bar?
You also see some other like makeshift like these are signs made out of the tops of a barrel that's been roughly painted and handmade or things like that. There's solidly not a carpenter here, but so people have been manufacturing and making little things that make a little community down here. Sam, by the way, he's about 200 feet away now from you. Uh,
You-
it's still all right, tension wise.
Okay, good to know.
A lot of people here. Most sleep.
Yeah, the
Well, I'll
bar's
try in the morning.
closed. And there actually seems to be a few storefronts, but it's late. It's kind of hard to see. It's dark. You don't have the best eyes.
Okay. Log back. I'll go find friend later.
It certainly got tighter for all of you guys, but again, it was easily resistible, especially when you get to about 200 feet.
I'm more worried for what happens when we set it to the minimum setting.
Then
Okay.
we get really familiar really quickly.
I would prefer that not to happen. Thinks about being crotch height for everyone.
Yeah,
No.
Sam is just hoiked up to Log's neck. Hang in there. That's going to be great. By great, I mean awful.
I was thinking more zooming at like Nutcracker someone with my face.
Oh, that would be
And then
bad
I'd
too.
get dragged up. Either way, it's not great. Sleepy time?
Sleepy time.
Oh, actually, I had one question
Oh,
before we.
yeah,
switch
sure.
to sleepy time.
Absolutely.
Is there any kind of writing utensil in here? I don't know, maybe even like a stick of charcoal somewhere that Sam could find in this room.
I believe I was promised paper and pens.
There, at the moment, it hasn't been brought out to you per se. But there are things like you look around and you see people who have made really flat pieces of this black stone, and then there's like these really bad crystals that are barely crystals at all and are basically crumbling to the touch, but they're good enough to hold. And you can and people have used those for writing notes. So there's like these stone slabs that are around occasionally. So you have basically occasionally chalkboards.
You know, Sam will just keep the notes in his head for now. He might want an actual book when he gets onto looking at the colours in more detail, but for now he's probably fine just remembering.
Okay. Yeah, in the morning log though, you do know this person is supposed to be here. So that's something you can do in the morning.
Sleepy time?
Sleepy time.
Yay. I get my
You
spell
all-
slot back.
You can all recover spell slots, you can all recover focus points, and do your daily preparations
I
if
could
you
make
haven't.
more shit.
Rhea stops floating.
Hair is continually a problem, but
What talisman should I make?
Cree, this place is a wonderland. You've never seen so much useless tat
I
in there that has
know!
so much potential.
It's awesome!
It's coming out of the goddamn ground.
Why
It's
is
great.
everyone complaining about this place? Seriously.
I will say, out of all the things you can make here, the easiest for you to make here is potency crystals.
Potency crystals. Oh, them. You know, isn't the worst +1 striking weapon for the rest of the turn?
Can we attach that to fists is the question.
Yes.
Apparently fists count as weapons, so...
Let's fucking make a knuckle duster with it.
To be fair, that is like the most useful one at the moment, I believe. Even though, you know, we're not expecting fights.
Yeah. I'll let you know that Kai's daily preparation basically revolves around well, push-ups, sit-ups. You can get the entire ordeal quite quickly.
Rolls out of bed.
Essentially, Kree will make 2 potency crystals, and he'll give one to Kai, and basically be like, you know, not expecting anything, but prisons are, you know, rough places sometimes. You need to punch someone, hold that in your fist, it'll break it, but, you know, it'll do a bit more damage in the process.
It goes pop, it brings more pain.
And Kree will keep one for himself.
In the morning, things are a lot more busy. People early in the morning, people don't really have a concept of what time is down here because there's no sunlight. People are quickly at these sorting tables, standing on either end of it, going through various rocks with little hammers and breaking them apart, pulling out little geodes of these crystals and harvesting the good ones and tossing aside the other ones. The big crystals are primarily worth it. You hear pickaxes down the hallway. You hear chatting, bartering, trading going on down the hall. and it's a busy place. It's like walking occasionally. It's into some of the narrower passages. It's like walking through New York. There's a lot of people down here.
Hey, I'm walking here.
I'm walking here.
Hey, stuff open. Go find. Let's go to a bar.
Okay.
Log hungry.
Bar.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Log saw bar.
Yes. Take me to the bar.
Good place.
What exactly would we be?
I mean, we get lunch, breakfast.
Here's hoping it's free.
Well, even if it's not, hopefully they have some empty bottles they don't need.
And
Yeah.
if nothing else, we get to find out what they use for currency down here.
Yeah, we trade stuff. Probably.
And before prison bucks.
Cigarettes.
Not like we've got a lot to trade.
We might be scrubbing dishes then.
Yeah, doing work can be just as valuable as items.
As we enter side quest town. Yay!
Yay!
Everyone look out for the gold exclamation marks.
All right.
Aha,
Oh.
we're in the top left.
Is this the map? Okay, it's not the map of vision blocking. Got you. It's just straight fog of war.
Yeah.
Let's see. Was here? Down here, maybe?
Are we following Log or are we going down?
He seems to know what he's doing.
Here, it seems to be a large sign at the front that is occasionally studded with really poor quality crystals and they're on the edge, but they still kind of twinkle. Saying, I think it's something along the lines of Barter Hut, but it's kind of spelled wrong.
Oh, nope. This place for do trade. Over here. This way, I think. It was dark last night, didn't get good look. Wait, it's
not
dark
bad
now.
dark down here.
We're in a cave. It'll always be dark.
A little light vision for the win.
I mean, you do have your shiny
Sure.
light collars.
True.
Like Log forgot, it's fine.
You come down here and there's a sign above it, much better painted, called Holiday Retreat. Seems to be a joke about the fact that, you're in prison and calling it a holiday.
Oh, sweet. Holiday hut. Do with a bit of relax.
Judging by the put togetherness of the sign, hopefully the inside is similar.
Walks in.
Some flanking position.
Yeah, you walk in, a bunch of people are having breakfast. Actually, there's a guard in here. Actually, one of the few guards you've
Yeah.
actually seen down here. He's really casual. Seems to be like one of our delivery men. You see, he has like a little cart that he has that probably brought in all the trays for food. People are just chowing down on food.
Yeah, breakfast.
You see a well polished stone part where that goes through the wooden floor, scavenged wooden floor. Various boxes and parts have been ripped apart to make up this flooring. And it's smoothed out there for dancing, maybe. Something along those lines, or maybe performances. And inside there are tables, chairs, people who look tired, waking up in the morning, having a bit of oatmeal and stuff. Nothing truly astonishing. For standard prison fare food. But you do get some eyes turned to you as you walk in. New prisoners with strange, weird collar things.
Log just
I'm,
waves.
I'm pretty sure even without the collars, we'd get strange looks.
You hear some mutterance of newcomers. I thought they were done putting people in here. Where did they fit the space? What the fuck? But, Log, at one of the tables, currently chatting someone up, you see the person you're looking for.
Yeah. Log yells over the bar.
You see a man, haggard, covered in scars, but rather still a bit tired looking, but putting out a good persona of being a happy, jolly, good fellow. Peer up and look over to Log and wave back.
Log starts trundling over, gaining
Oh,
momentum.
hey, you friend!
God,
And
these
I'm
guys-
going to say that's where I'm going to end session.
Here we go. The end session is Log
Ah.
fucking flattens someone.
Yeah.
Log is
Nice.
traveling, gaining momentum.